Welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, I have something yet again from Saucony. Let's open up the box, see what we got, because these are Saucony Excursion TR12. And I have to tell you guys, this so far are my favorite pair of Saucony, and I'm probably done already at least 5 reviews on Saucony. Different trail running shoes, all of them were great. Very consistent quality, very consistent outsole. I mean, outsole is unbelievable pretty much in every Saucony that you get. But I have to say, these particular ones, for whatever reason, they just fit me the best. They are more appealing visually to me, and just comfort is unbelievable. But I recommend, if you have time, stick around for the whole review, because we're gonna get into some details. Now, as some of you already know, this is not just a regular shoe review. This review is specifically for my Ultimate Survival shoes section. Yes, basically if something bad happened and maybe you were trail running, because these are after all trail running shoes, or maybe you were hiking, or maybe you were just wearing them like regular sneakers, around the city, in the grocery store, at work, and something bad happened, and now you had to survive. You had to run, you had to climb, you had to fight, do all of these things necessary for your survival. Would this be good? Well, how do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin with criteria number 1, comfort level. Yes, and in order to test the comfort level of all the shoes and boots that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run, then a 5-mile walk, and continue wearing the shoes or boots for the rest of the day, so that the total wear time is about 8 hours. And like I said, I absolutely love the comfort level of these shoes. And of course, there are a few factors that contribute to the comfort. Let's start with the factor number 1, the weight. Let's see, this is size 10, and size 10, well, that definitely should be about, definitely lighter than 13 ounces. Let's see if I'm close. Yes, well under 13 ounce, 10.8. Fantastic weight. Now, whenever it comes to shoes, whether it's hiking shoes or trail running shoes, if you want a lightweight shoe, I recommend finding something under 15 ounce. The more under 15 ounce is going to be, obviously, the lighter. This is well under 15 ounce. Excellent job, Saucony, implementing, such a lightweight construction. But this is not the last thing that contributes to the comfort level. Let's jump into the inner sole now. And I'm going to take out the inner sole, and I'll show it to you so you know exactly how it looks. Check this out. Not much going on in the inner sole. Just, for the most part, flat foam. Decent amount of cushioning, however. Very nice. If you prefer firmer soft, this is going to be you. If you prefer firmer inner sole. Now, once you remove the inner sole, it goes straight into a harder rubber of the midsole. Keep that in mind. Now, the midsole itself is very nice and flexible, but not flimsy. Keep it in mind, which is very important, especially if you are trail running on something that is rocky. But we will talk about the outsole later. Now, moving on, we got the padding. Another thing that contributes to the comfort level. The tongue is very nicely padded. The shaft is nicely padded, whatever there is of the shaft. The heel is nicely padded, and going through most of the shoe, you have a very nice padding. This fabric is very nice and soft. And the very front, there is kind of a softer mesh going around from the inside of the toe box, which also contributes to some comfort level. If you get these in the right size, which we will talk about later about the sizing, I mean, you gonna love the comfort level of these shoes. Alright, so let's move on to the criteria number 2 now. Proofing and protection. These are not waterproof, and honestly, to me personally, I really don't care about waterproof shoes, because if you're getting waterproof trail running shoes or, hiking shoes, you might as well go with a mid-size boot. All right, just a little bit extra in the shaft, and now you have extra 2-3 inches of clearance for waterproofing. Now it starts to make sense. But again, this is really a personal preference, because some of my friends who they just swear by Gore-Tex waterproofing in their hiking shoes. Now, speaking of the protection, you do have kind of this design, more of a design really than a protection going over the toe. Overall, there is practically no protection in the toe box at all, very soft, so don't drop anything. You do have a little bit of the front coming out from the harder rubber of the outsole. Again, we'll talk about the outsole later. You do have a little bit of the reinforcement in the heel, but not much. Obviously your ankles are wide open, so not much in proofing, not much in protection. Let's move on to the criteria number 3, quality and the design features. Now, Saucony, if you guys are not familiar with Saucony, excellent brand. Like I said, I've tried several different shoes from them, and they all been, there were some that was like, okay, I don't like this, but I like most of it, or one little thing that you don't like, but overall very, very consistent. And if you check out the link for Amazon in the description below, on this particular one, on this hiking sneaker trail running shoe, there are over 4,000 5-star reviews. That is very, very, very impressive, I have to say, whenever it comes to the Amazon rating. So quality wise, Saucony, I trust these guys 100%. And now let's talk about the design features. So design features, usually I talk about the lacing system. Here, as you can see, lacing system is very, very straightforward. It's just literally fabric loops, not much going on at all, all right? And there are extra loops, pair of loops here if you want to make even tighter fit. If you guys watched any of my other reviews, you know that I don't like the flat strings. However, I have to say here, these flat strings are actually very nice and somewhat heavy duty. They're not flimsy at all, and because of that, it's actually very nice, very easy to tighten the shoes. So no problems there. I absolutely cannot complain. These flat strings, I can live with them without any problems. Let's move on to the criteria number 4 now. Outsole, traction and stability. Now, whenever I do my run and my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces. Asphalt, tarmac, dry sand, dry grass, wet grass, rocky road, trail surface, concrete, marble, tile, and then rubber, just a bunch of different surfaces, everything that I could find, I found over here. And like I said, this outsole is absolutely fantastic. Really, really a big fan of this outsole. First of all, the quality of the rubber is just excellent. It's very nice, very hard rubber that is just perfect for really any kind of outsoles, especially outsoles like these where there's a very, very thin layer to save on the weight, because this is a shoe that's not, you can't afford the whole inch of the outsole because it's a boot, so definitely excellent quality rubber. But also, if you look at the design pattern of the grooves, as you can see, they go opposite of each other, which contributes to traction and stability. Obviously, very good bite on the grass, not slippery at all. And at the same time, because overall the pattern is very simplistic and overall is pretty flat, these do not dig in the sand, so you can run through the sand without any problems. Nothing gets stuck in between the grooves. So outsole, excellent job, Saucony. You guys absolutely nailed it. Let's move on to the criteria number 5, temperature. Now, obviously, pointless to talk about cold temperatures. This is a trail running shoe. For hot temperatures, though, very nice, breathable. Another thing why really I don't care about waterproofing in the shoes is because if you do get waterproof shoes, most of the times they're not going to be as breathable as non-waterproof shoes. And here, definitely, you have plenty of breathability in the hottest temperatures of the summer, wherever you live. All right, let's move on to the criteria number 6, sizing. These are definitely true to the size. Now, personally, I prefer getting my hiking shoes, my hiking boots in half a size bigger than my normal shoe size. And with these ones, it was the same case for me. I bought half a size bigger and it was absolutely perfect fit. So it's up to you guys. With shoes, it's not as important to get half a size bigger, especially with trail running shoes, but it's really kind of a personal preference. Do you want a little bit extra space, your toes not touching the front of the toe box for extra comfort, or do you want a tighter fit just so that you have a little bit more of kind of control of your feet, if that makes sense. All right, let's move on to the criteria number 7 now, balance of application. So if these really were your ultimate survival shoes, would they be great? Honestly, right now I'm sitting here and thinking, about Salomon's, about La Sportiva, about what else there was there? Mammoth, they had pretty good kind of a hiking shoe. I just I cannot find anything that I would rather have over these. I absolutely love these trail running shoes as survival shoes. I think I'm gonna get myself a pair as a keep it and have it, and not just review and send it back, but actually keep it and have it, because it's that good, especially in this color. I mean, you are wearing a regular sneaker, very lightweight, very comfortable, easy to walk, easy to run, easy to wear, no problems at all. And at the same time, you have a very, very good quality trail running shoe that if you end up wearing in your survival situation, because now you're wearing this on a daily basis because you're wearing it like a sneaker, you will most likely end up in a survival situation in this. Not that you will end up in survival, but you get the point. So now, all of a sudden, you have a great quality trail running shoe that you can run through pretty much any terrain and do good and not compromise at all on your traction and stability. So, yes, I hope that explains my position. I think I'm getting this. Okay, let's finish up this review with the very last criterion here. Criterion number 8, the price. This is another thing that you guys are gonna like. $64.95. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. Fantastic price. I mean, if you're looking at any good quality trail running shoe, like from Salomon, from La Sportiva, start at about $100. All right. If you find something under 100, that's great. But most of everything is like 120, 130, 140. That's considered to be the norm. So $65, honestly, is very, very refreshing, especially for everything that you are getting in the shoe. I don't know how Saucony did it, but I mean, I guess I can see it's very simplistic inner sole, nothing crazy, very simplistic design, no waterproofing, just regular flat strings with a very simplistic lacing system. I guess I can see how they did it, but they did great. It all works together. So let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think about this shoe? What do you think about this review? If you have any requests for reviews, you can drop them in the comments below and I will try to address them. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Ultimate Survival Gear. I'll see you guys in the next video.